Now, joining me to share perspectives on the link between mining activities and violence in Nigeria's north central and northwest zones, focusing on governance gaps and the rest. I have joining me now Ukoha Ukiwo. He's a team lead strengthening peace and resilience in Nigeria program. Thank you for joining us on Newsnight.
Thank you very much.
I wish we were talking about mining in general and, you know, how it's adding to Nigeria's economic development. But we're talking about illegal mining or mining activities as a whole and the link between that and, you know, growing violence in Nigeria's north central and northwest zones. Welcome again. Thanks for joining us. Well, 26 billion naira revenue from mining licenses alone in 10 months, as revealed by the mining minister, Adele Alake, and that's just licensing alone. That tells you the prospects in that sector. Well, let's bring it down to the issue at hand. There's a nexus, no doubt. What links have you found between mining activities and violence in northern region?
Yeah, several links. Thank you very much. First of all, just to say that what has been established, we got to hear that this is systematic and it's large scale. The good news is that the study established that incidences of violence around mining are sporadic and not yet very structural.
Right.
However, the indicators are that if things continue the way they are, and you begin to have foreign interest in the sector and occurring in remote areas where governance frameworks are weak, then the tendency is that you could potentially have something that is very, very serious. So what we found out is that there are really violence related to mining activities in different ways and in different states, and even in states in different localities. Principally has to do with contestation over land control
Right.
by different communities when foreign actors come to prospect for solid minerals. There is also the issue of competition among different business actors over particular mine sites. It is even more complicated in cases where you have access to mining sites being mediated by ethnic or religious identities. So you see polarization around those ethnic and religious cleavages. In also the advent of non-state armed groups, the bandit groups have also been known in certain cases to actually impose their powers, their force, their influence. First of all, disrupt the system, and secondly, impose a particular order where those involved in mining have to pay taxes to them, and they have to, you know, exert resources and rents from those systems.
That's going on as we speak in the country.
Yes,
now.
it's going on
Right.
in specific localities.
Mm.
Yeah. Then there is also the issue of poor security governance, security actors also playing certain roles, and therefore in the process, community actors that are involved in this being affected. So these were some of the findings that the study established in Benue, Plateau, and Kaduna states.
Do you want to expatiate on the involvement of ordinarily, I mean, state actors who are said to be, you know, colluding with this? I mean, when you even say that, you know, if foreign actors come in, they're already in. And some would tell you that that's why the violence is, you know, becoming something else, getting out of hand. Aren't you finding that the foreign elements are already in and they actually play a larger role than the, you know, local players here?
There are foreign actors involved. Right. Mostly, we have some mining sites owned by foreign companies, but the key role most of the foreign actors play is really in terms of purchase and export. Because
they are the off-takers.
Yes, or the off-takers, because part of the challenge of the sector is that most of the refining is not processed. People mine and just sell. So they take that off. But really where you have state actors come in is really in terms of, for instance, some security agencies being hired to protect security, provide security for such actors, and in such situations, sometimes rights of community actors, and even those engaged in the artisanal and small-scale mining activities being violated. So you have those clear incidences.
Let's talk about the rights violations of those artisanal miners. What have you been discovering?
It ranges from expulsion from land,
right?
You know, where people, community are asking for land rights, being, you know, forcefully pushed out from the place to allow for mining activities to take place. It also includes extortion, where you have artisanal miners operating in a particular location, getting some security actors saying that, you know, to you know, really correct rents from them to be able to do those activities. So in several locations, we've found that is also occurring. And also, in some cases where there are protests, organized protests in terms of requirements for local benefits, you've had security actors also being mobilized to dispel such protest groups.
Right.
Yeah.
Early this month, the northern governors actually came together and came up with the idea of suspending mining activities in the north central, northwest, where this violence, you know, situations are or occur. 6 months ban, do you think that will help in checking, if not totally eradicating or, you know, eliminating violence in these areas?
It doesn't seem so, because the study actually suggests, this is not the first time, we've had one or two state governments doing that, imposing ban on mining activities in their state. And the evidence we have is that suspension actually increased the rate of violence. Because many of the communities, many of the actors depend on this for their livelihoods.
Right.
And when you bring in that sort of order that disrupts it, you know, it brings in other, you know, a different dynamic. So the evidence actually suggests that suspension of mining activities is not you know, the...
So what are your recommendations?
So quite a number of them.
The key ones.
First of all, mining has to, and control of mining has to be, you know, peace building efforts need to also consider mining as an activity, economic activity, operating in the spheres where you have violence. So early warning systems, DDR systems need to integrate the issue of mining. But there's also significant recommendations around governance regimes in the mining sector itself.
In what ways?
You know, particularly seeking to align federal with state and local laws, making responsibilities of the federal government, the state government, and the local government to become clearer and also to be aligned. In the sector itself, artisanal miners are very, very key actors here. They need training, they need development, there's need for access to credits, to free them up from exploitative, rent-seeking actors who sometimes put them into peonage, advance them money, and put them into bondage. So there's really a need for a solid minerals development fund to be able to help these actors to cope and to begin to add value to what they do, so that they don't just mine the materials and just send it. Some processing
and eventually contribute to Nigeria's economy.
Yes,
thank you so much. Aokoha Ukiwo is the team lead, Strengthening Peace and Resilience in Nigeria program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Joining us on Newsnight.